When a man truly wants you, his actions speak in silence. You feel it in the way he looks at you. Not like you're a passing thought, but like you're something he's been searching for. His presence feels different. There's an energy, a quiet pull, a kind of attention that words can't fake. He remembers the little things you never thought mattered. The tone of your voice when you're tired, the way you go quiet when something hurts. The small details that others overlook. Because when a man truly wants you, he studies you. Not to control you, but to understand you. Welcome to this channel, where we dive deep into the human heart, uncovering truths about love, emotion, and the psychology that drives our connections. A man who wants you badly won't always shout it. He might not be the loudest in the room, but his consistency will tell you everything. He'll show up when no one else does. He'll listen when you least expect it. He'll protect your peace, even when it costs him his pride. Love for him isn't about possession. It's about presence, and presence doesn't lie. You'll notice he becomes more intentional. He won't text you because he's bored. He'll text you because he can't stop thinking about you. He won't play games because real desire doesn't have time for confusion. His effort will feel calm, not chaotic. Because when a man truly wants you, he's not trying to win you. He's trying to keep you safe in his world. There's a part of him that awakens when he meets someone who sees him, not for his status, not for his looks, but for his soul. That kind of connection pulls him closer without force. It humbles him. It softens him. It makes him want to become better, not to impress you, but to deserve the energy you bring. And that's how you'll know. Not through words, not through grand promises, but through the quiet moments. When his actions align with his emotions, when his consistency becomes your comfort, and when his presence feels like home. Because the truth is, a man can't hide real desire. It shows in the way he chooses you, even when no one's watching. It shows in how he treats you when there's nothing to gain. It shows in the way he never lets you question your worth in his life. When a man truly wants you, you won't have to wonder. You'll just feel it, in the peace he brings, in the effort he makes, and in the way he never lets you feel alone in his silence. You'll see it in the small, quiet gestures, the ones that never ask for attention. The way he reaches for your hand when words fall short, the way his eyes linger a moment longer as if memorizing your presence. He won't tell you he's afraid to lose you, but his actions will whisper it. Every time he checks on you, every time he makes space for your emotions instead of running from them, he's showing you something real. A man who truly wants you won't rush the connection. He'll respect your pace because he's not chasing a moment. He's building something that lasts. He won't need to prove himself through empty promises, because his consistency will prove everything. He knows that trust isn't built through passion alone, but through patience, honesty, and the quiet effort that few people notice. Deep down, you'll feel the difference. It's not a storm that leaves you unsettled. It's a calm that reminds you of safety. It's the peace that comes from being seen, not just desired. His love won't demand that you shrink yourself to fit his world. It will invite you to expand, to grow, to be more of who you are. And when a man wants you deeply, he'll fight his own fears to keep that connection alive. He'll face his pride, his doubts, his insecurities. Not because he's perfect, but because you matter enough to make him try. He'll open up slowly, revealing the parts of himself he once hid. You'll notice that behind his strength, there's a softness that only you bring out. Because true desire isn't just wanting someone's body, it's wanting their soul, their peace, their truth. It's wanting to protect their light, not dim it. That's the kind of love that changes people. The kind that awakens purpose. The kind that doesn't fade when things get difficult. And maybe that's the secret. When a man truly wants you, he doesn't just chase you. He chooses you, again and again, in silence, in struggle, in strength. He doesn't make you question your place in his life. Instead, he makes you feel like you were meant to be there all along. He'll show it in the way he listens, not just hearing your words, but feeling the meaning behind them. When you speak about your pain, he won't try to fix it right away. He'll sit with it, hold space for it, and remind you that you don't have to carry it alone. When you share your dreams, he won't dismiss them as fantasies. He'll believe in them, because he believes in you. That's what separates a man who wants you from one who just wants attention. His interest isn't born out of loneliness, it's born out of recognition. He sees something in you that feels like home, something rare, something he doesn't want to lose. So he invests time, energy, presence. Not because he has to, but because it feels right. You'll notice he pays attention to the smallest changes. When you're quiet, he asks why. When you're distant, he doesn't chase. He comes closer in silence, giving you space but not absence. He understands that real love isn't about control. It's about connection. And connection requires patience, understanding, and the courage to stay even when it's uncomfortable. When a man truly wants you, you'll feel safe to be yourself. You won't have to hide your emotions, your imperfections, or your past. He won't love you in pieces. He'll love the whole of you, even the parts you thought were unlovable. Because to him, those are the parts that make you real. He won't make love feel like a test. He won't make you compete for his time. His presence will be your proof. You'll see it in how he protects your heart when others might play with it. You'll feel it in how he looks at you like you're something sacred, something fragile but powerful at the same time. And deep down, you'll know, this isn't just attraction, this is intention. This is a man who doesn't just want to touch your body but to understand your soul. Who doesn't just want your time, but your trust. Who doesn't just want to love you but to grow with you. Because when a man truly wants you, he doesn't make you chase validation. He gives you peace. And that peace will tell you everything his words never could. He'll begin to mirror your energy, not out of imitation, but out of connection. Your emotions become a language he starts to understand without you having to speak. When you're hurting, he feels it. When you're distant, he wonders what went wrong. Not to blame, but to fix. You become part of his emotional rhythm. And that's something no casual affection could ever create. He'll start showing up in the small, unspoken ways. A message at the right moment. A call when you least expect it but most need it. He'll remember your bad days and check on you long after everyone else forgets. He'll defend you when you're not around, and he'll speak about you with respect, even when there's no reason to impress anyone. When a man truly wants you, he becomes intentional with his presence. He won't make you feel like an option because in his mind, you're already a choice he's made. And though he may not always say it directly, his actions will remind you that he's not here to waste your time. He's here to build something real. Something that feels like peace, not confusion. You'll feel it in the quiet moments, when you both sit in silence, and it doesn't feel empty. When his eyes linger on you like he's trying to remember every detail, every expression, every word. It's not lust that keeps him there. It's connection. A deep, almost unexplainable pull that goes beyond logic. He'll want to know your mind, your fears, the moments that shaped you. He'll want to see who you are beneath the layers you show the world. Because a man who truly wants you isn't attracted just to your beauty. He's drawn to your depth, to your thoughts, to your truth. And as he learns more about you, something inside him changes. He begins to protect you, not out of obligation, but out of instinct. Your happiness starts to matter to him in a way he didn't expect. He'll want to be your calm, your safety, your reminder that not all love has to hurt. Because when a man truly wants you, his desire becomes something sacred. It's not about claiming you, it's about cherishing you. Not about proving he's worthy, but showing that he's willing. Willing to stay. Willing to try. Willing to love you through both your silence and your storms. He'll begin to open up in ways he never has before. You'll notice the walls he built around his emotions start to lower, not because you asked him to, but because he feels safe with you. For a man, that kind of vulnerability is rare. It doesn't come from attraction alone, it comes from trust. When he lets you see the parts of himself he hides from the world, it's his way of saying, "You matter to me." He might not use grand gestures or poetic words, but his honesty will speak louder than anything else. You'll see it when he admits his fears, when he confides in you about his dreams, or when he tells you things he never told anyone before. That's the language of a man who wants you deeply, quiet, real, unguarded. He'll start to include you in his world, not just in his free time, but in the life he's building. He'll introduce you to people who matter to him, talk about his plans, and slowly make space for you in his future. Not because he needs to, but because his heart already decided you belong there. And when life gets heavy, he won't disappear. He won't run when things get hard. Instead, he'll hold on tighter. Because to him, your presence is the anchor that keeps him grounded. He knows that love isn't always perfect or easy, but he also knows that what he feels for you is worth the effort. You'll notice how his priorities shift. The things that once distracted him lose their power, because his focus has changed. He's not looking for temporary excitement anymore. He's looking for something that feels real, something that gives his heart peace. And when he finds that in you, he'll protect it fiercely. That's how you'll know. When a man truly wants you, he doesn't just show affection, he shows commitment. He doesn't just say he cares. He proves it through his patience, his effort, his willingness to stay even when it's inconvenient. Because real love isn't loud. It doesn't demand to be seen. It reveals itself in the quiet choices. To stay when it's easier to leave, to listen when it's easier to argue, to love when it's easier to guard the heart. And if you ever wonder whether he truly wants you, look at how he treats your soul when no one is watching. Because a man who wants you deeply doesn't chase your attention. He earns your trust, your comfort, your peace. He'll begin to see your happiness as a reflection of his own. It's in the way he asks if you've eaten, not out of routine, but out of genuine care. The way he notices the tone in your voice when you're pretending you're fine. He'll sense your silence, read between your pauses, and reach for you even when you're trying to hide behind your strength. Because to him, your peace is sacred. He doesn't crave perfection. He craves presence. He knows you have flaws, moods, and moments of uncertainty. But that doesn't push him away. It draws him closer. Because a man who truly wants you doesn't fall for the mask you show the world. He falls for the truth beneath it. The raw, unfiltered, human you. He'll begin to protect your energy. He won't let chaos surround you if he can stop it. He'll create space for you to breathe, to rest, to heal. And if life ever breaks you down, he'll be the one reminding you of your strength. Not through speeches, but through stillness, through presence, through the quiet message that says, I'm here and I'm not leaving. He'll start to understand that love isn't about what you can do for him. It's about who you become when you're together. A man who wants you deeply will want you to rise, to glow, to chase what sets your soul on fire. Because he doesn't want to own you. He wants to grow with you. And when you doubt yourself, he'll remind you of your worth. Not with empty praise, but with truth. He'll remind you that you are not hard to love, you were just never loved right before. That you don't have to shrink to be seen, because real love notices even your quietest moments. He'll hold your heart with steady hands, never rushing, never forcing, just honoring. Because a man who truly wants you understands that love isn't something to conquer, it's something to care for, and you'll feel it. Not in words, not in promises, but in peace. That's how you'll know. When his love no longer feels like guessing, when his presence feels like home, when his silence feels safe. Because when a man truly wants you, he doesn't just show it, he becomes it. Every look, every action, every moment around you becomes proof that he's already made his choice. You,